Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuning into New Wave Sports Radio.
We're back, boys. The boys are back. I just realized I may have to do it while we're recording. I have to delete some recordings from the Zoom cloud because I don't think we're going to have enough space for this one. But anyway, let's get right into it. NBA playing game. I didn't even understand how that whole thing worked until like today.
The play-in tournament?
Yeah, I didn't understand. I thought it was like, because I thought it was like a regular tournament, like the high seed plays the low seed.
Yeah.
But it turns out 7 and 8 play each other. Winner of that game automatically gets the 7th seed. And then the loser of that game plays the winner of the 9 and 10 seed. So the 9 and 10 team has to win 2 games in order to advance, right? In order to make it to the playoffs. Whereas 7 and 8 only have to win 1 game, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the part I was confused about. Because somebody was like, "Oh yeah, these teams got to win 2 games," and I'm like, "Wait, win 2 games? How many games are they playing?" It's exciting. It's different, but man, I mean, don't you think it kind of sucks for Golden State because they were the 8th seed and now they're potentially not going to make it? It's like, well, we worked all season for the playoffs and it's potentially coming down to 1 game whether or not we make it. But like, we were there. We were the 8th seed. Normally the 8th seed is in.
Yeah. I think that's why, like, at least in my opinion, I feel like it's not fair for that reason. Like, you guys technically did what you were supposed to do and got the seeding that you earned, but now you still have to fight for at least or at most 2 more games to save that spot.
And you don't get a series, not even a 3-game series. It's 1 game basically. They played the Lakers 1 time. You know, if the Warriors play the Lakers in a 3-game series or 5-game series, like it could go either way.
Yeah, especially like last night. Like it really took LeBron hitting a shot that he normally wouldn't hit for them to win.
And like the Grizzlies now are about to play the Warriors. If the Warriors have an off night and the Grizzlies have like the best night ever, you know, in a regular playoff series, that doesn't really determine it because it's best of 7.
Yeah.
But now the Warriors could potentially just, you know, have an off night and boom, that's it. They're not in the playoffs. So they played a great team in the Lakers, who's probably going to make it. I still think the Lakers are going to make it to the finals, at least the Western Conference Finals. So they have to play them first. They lose to them, and now it's like, well, damn, we got to show up now against Memphis. And if they don't, there goes their playoff spot. And like you said, Deshaun, they worked all season to get to that spot. Like everybody else is secure in their spot, and now all of a sudden 7 and 8 are like, well, you know, you didn't really make the playoffs yet. You got to play these 2 kind of not random, but like shit. I mean, anything can happen in 1 game, you know, that's why the playoffs are all series.
Yeah. Facts.
It's exciting. Don't get me wrong. I would be furious and like super nervous if the Heat were involved in something like this.
Yeah.
Because it's 4 teams that I don't care about. It's like, okay, this is exciting. This is different. This is like a very, very high intensity game because it's like you've got to win this to make it to the playoffs. And then now in the case of Golden State, they're in a win or go home 1 game to keep the season alive. And then Memphis is like, I feel like Memphis has nothing to lose. So it could get scary for Golden State. Like they basically need Steph to have a good game, right? Like if he has an off night shooting.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how even last night's game and I mean, pretty much the whole season, it's really like all on Steph. Draymond obviously is there for like other stats and he helps the rest of the team kind of compete.
He's got his role.
Yeah, Jordan Poole, he was hitting a few shots here and there. But for the most part, it's really on Steph. And you know, with Ja Morant and Valanciunas, the way they've been playing all season, I don't take them out of the conversation. There's definitely a good chance for them to win tomorrow, but at the same time, it's Steph Curry, the scoring title champ this year. Like
possible MVP.
Yeah, possible MVP. Like I think he'll be able to take care of business. But like you said, Memphis really has nothing to lose, so they could also take it because those two guys are scary also.
Yeah. Even if it was a 3-game series, I'm like, Warriors taking it no matter what. Even if they drop the first one, like, they'll win the next 2 for sure. But
just one game?
One game, like, anything could happen.
I don't know, but I feel like it's still designed for the 7th. It is obviously designed for the 7th and 8th seed to make it to the playoffs, because today the Wizards absolutely destroyed the Pacers.
Yeah.
Like demolished them, but they're like the 10th seed. But who knows? Oh, maybe the Grizzlies come with more intensity tomorrow. I think I don't see the Warriors losing tomorrow, but like you said, anything can happen. One game, but it does make good basketball. That Lakers versus Warriors game felt like a finals game last night.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't stay up for it, but the ending, like LeBron hitting a shot like that,
it was insane.
Crazy.
Nah, you know what pissed me off about the ending though? How they kept making it the whole story about him getting poked in the eye and he couldn't see it.
LeBron said he saw 3 rims. LeBron said he saw 3 rims and aimed for the middle one. Come on.
No, when he said that, I was like, there's no way he actually just said that. And then he repeated it. He repeated it like in the official post game interview, and I was like, bro, come on. Please stop.
But he must think that him saying that is like, oh my God, LeBron. To me, he says that and like, all right, so you just fucking chucked it up and it went in. Like you got lucky. If you're seeing triple and you made the shot, you got lucky.
Exactly.
He threw in that, but I aimed for the middle one to make it seem like he still knew what he was doing.
Even Stephen A. They had Stephen A. come on after the game and do like the first, like, the first talks or whatever about how the game went, et cetera, et cetera. And he was saying, like, yes, LeBron is one of the greatest of all time, but he got lucky with that shot. Like, that's not a shot he normally makes. He also just got poked in the eye. Mm-hmm. If we're going to be honest, he got lucky. There's nothing, like, you can't get away from that. LeBron is nice, but LeBron, number one, is not really like a clutch shot hitter in his career. Like 9 times out of 10, he would have missed that. And then even in a normal game, like at any time, it could be the middle of the second quarter. More than likely, he's going to miss a shot from that far away.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about LeBron being clutch, because how do you define clutch? I know you saw the post today, people defending LeBron, saying that he is in fact a very clutch player. What do you make of that? What's your definition of clutch? Because they say he has something like 97 game tying or go ahead baskets made in the final minutes of games, and the only person with more is Kobe. He has like 100 and he has like a few more only, not even that many, I think.
I don't know. I at least from like, there's been a lot of games, bro, where it's just like he kind of goofs it up, especially when he was on the Heat, and it came to D Wade or somebody else having to finesse it. So I don't know. It's not at least last night's shot, I wouldn't have expected that at all, because it's not a common thing for him to be closing out games like that. They usually, when they win, they really win.
I think it was more just how I think it was just how far the shot was, like how deep of a three it was, that he takes those sometimes, but like you said, first, second quarter when the game's not on the line. Yeah. I thought that was, I don't think he's not a clutch player. It was just a crazy shot. Like it just came to him deep. Shot clock, I guess, was winding down, and he just chucked it up, and supposedly with his triple vision, and he made it, like no doubt. But
bro, you could even see when he was talking to Steph after the game, like they were dapping each other up, and he was like, you could tell when he was like telling him the story, like, yo, I couldn't see, and then Steph just like looks at him and starts laughing, like, all right, bro, let's shut up.
Yeah, shut up, like nobody cares.
Nobody believes you.
So it's either nobody believes you, or if we do believe that you were seeing triple, then yeah, it's a lucky shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it's that simple, I think. But whatever. We all know LeBron's a douche. I love the guy, but
yeah, sometimes he goes a little above and beyond. I knew when he was on the ground like that, bro. I knew when he was on the ground, I knew it was about to be clipped for him. I knew that was going to turn into a meme immediately. As soon as I open up Twitter, 2 minutes later, it's everywhere. Just him like
Right when he looked up at the camera with the tears in his eyes.
Yep.
That's a wrap.
So do you guys think? So the one that I saw was like, this is how little kids look like when you wake them up in the morning. Do you think that should have been a flagrant foul or nah? I feel like I was surprised. I feel like they always call it like you hit someone in the face, it's like automatic flagrant.
Yeah, flagrant one at least.
Flagrant one, yeah.
So the thing
so
is,
he didn't go for the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in between on that call, to be honest. Like, I thought they were gonna call it because like it's been called on Udonis Haslam before in that way, where it's just like he was switching from one player to the other and trying to defend like both of them. So it was like he was kind of being dragged in every direction. So when he did go to defend LeBron, he was kind of like reaching out and like obviously his intention was kind of like to go up with his hands up, but like he ran out of time.
Right.
So because of it, he did end up hitting him in the face, and there really wasn't much defense on the ball. So that's where like it gets tricky because of the rule. Like any defense or like any foul that whether it's intentional or not, if it doesn't really look like you're going for the ball, like or trying to defend the ball, you're gonna get called for it. So I really thought they were gonna call it, but I guess not. Especially on LeBron also, because he always gets those superstar calls.
Right, and I don't know. They're kind of like ticky tack with it. Like if it's too much contact, flagrant.
Bless you.
Damn.
But yeah, I don't know. That was one of those calls where it's like in today's NBA, you really don't know what they're gonna do because I've seen it go both ways, and there's no like clear cut answer with fouls like that.
Well, Lakers took care of business. We'll see what the Warriors do now against Memphis. I think that's going to, I don't know. That could be a blowout.
I don't know about
it could be a blowout.
I don't know about a blowout because Ja Morant and Valanciunas have been going crazy all year. But I think it'll be a good game. I don't think it'll be as good as last night, though. Last night was like Jason said, that was like a finals game. That was incredible. I haven't seen basketball like that for like 2 years. What do you think the
NBA is going to do if the scoring champion and the Golden State Warriors, who are a much more interesting team, I think, than Memphis is? Like, what's going to happen if Memphis makes it over Golden State because of this play-in? Because if not for the play-in, Golden State would be in at the 8th seed. I mean, it was almost LeBron and the Lakers not making it to the playoffs because of this play-in shit. Like,
and that's just because these guys decided to sit for the last 20 games of the season.
Yeah, and I don't think they realize, we're going to get the 7th seed and have to like fight our way into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they realized maybe a few days before, and that's when like LeBron came out and was just like, "Yeah, I don't like this play-in tournament. Like, I don't think
whoever made this idea should be fired."
Yeah, and then the NBA was like, "LeBron, hush. Shut up.
You're gonna play in this damn tournament, and you better fucking win."
Yeah, but I think that's the problem with this play-in tournament, where it's like I said, it's kind of unfair because like for teams like that who did earn those, like they did earn those spots, to have to compete even further for teams who were obviously they were good enough to be like 9 and 10, but they weren't good enough to really make the playoffs.
What's going to happen if 1 year the 9th seed is like 5 games behind the 8th seed? Like, because doesn't that happen sometimes? Isn't there sometimes like a big drop off? Or what's going to happen when 1 year? I mean, it could happen this year with Golden State if like a team that you want to see in the playoffs. Because I think the way the Warriors have been playing, they probably wouldn't be favorites against the Jazz, but I think it's going to make that's as close of a 1 versus 8 seed matchup that you're ever going to get, I think.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
I just think if either of those teams, Lakers or Warriors, were to have got knocked out, obviously the Lakers don't have that, like that's not an option for them. But for the Warriors, like if they do end up getting knocked out, it's going to be a lot of money lost for the NBA and that team just off of views and stuff. Because realistically, like nobody really watches the Grizzlies. Like unless you watch basketball and you keep up with it on the daily, like no one's looking for a Grizzlies series to watch.
Yeah, and it's like no knock against the Grizzlies either, but it's like, damn, now Golden State's not in it. Or it could have been, damn, now LA's not in it, the Lakers. Mm-hmm. That would have been like pandemonium.
which doesn't really make sense, at least for the NBA's perspective, like financially and for views and stuff that they are trying to get up. You don't want to put teams like that where those are going to be like your highest views to be taken out so early.
But are they continuing this moving forward? I thought it was just for this 72 game season to give like an extra team, two teams, an opportunity because there's like 10 less games or something.
I don't think they're going to continue with this, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that they've been discussing it for a while, and they've been like trying to figure out where to fit it in the season. And I know at one point it was like that they should do it either after Christmas or do it like after the All-Star break. That's where they were like coming close to try to figure out like who's gonna, you know what I'm saying? So like those lower seeded teams can kind of get a little push to earn a spot early or something like that. Earn like the 8th seed or earn the 7th seed. They're sitting low and play against those other teams. So I don't know. I would hope not. I hope this thing just gets taken out after the season because it's not, like I said, it's not fair. And then you run the risk of like a really good team just having an off night and not being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I was glad that the Heat weren't involved in that. The Heat are 6th seed playing the 3rd seed Bucks?
Yes, sir.
How do we feel about that matchup?
Heat in 5.
Yeah, I was going to say Heat in like 5 or 6.
Really? That confident?
Yeah.
They've been playing well.
Of all the teams that they could have faced, definitely you want the Bucks over the Nets and over the Sixers.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the Celtics, we would have preferred the Celtics because they're like in such a weird – and Jaylen Brown's out for the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're done. Like the Celtics aren't – who are they playing?
They're 7th seed, so they got to play the Nets.
Oh, that's right. The Celtics were in that playing game shit too.
Which
so
for them
playing the Nets? Oh, then that's it. Nets, I mean.
Yeah, for them, honestly, they might have been better off losing and getting the 8th seed. Like they tried so hard to win that game, and I was like, for what, bro? Like
Jason Tatum went crazy in that game.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Like, bro, save it for the first round, please. Like, don't do this right now.
I'm so mad Jason Tatum is a Celtic, bro, because he's disgusting. Like, I can't even enjoy watching him.
He deserves to be a Heatle.
I like him though. He's not like an asshole. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I hate the Celtics, but he's all right with
he's one of my favorite non-Heat players. Him and Ja Morant are my favorite players to watch in the NBA right now.
I can't believe how good he is. What he was drafted in the same class as Lonzo Ball, right?
He was drafted 3rd.
And who went first that year?
I believe it was Fultz.
Oh, that's right. Markelle Fultz, Lonzo Ball, and then Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? Jason Tatum is by far the better of those those 3 players.
I mean, he did get that one-on-one training from Kobe, so he got the little magic in him.
That's all he needed, bro. You get a one-on-one with Kobe, that's it. Change your life.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish he's like a player who deserves more, bro. The Celtics, I feel like they're never gonna put enough around him. Like, I mean, Kyrie was there, but Kyrie's not like a good fit for that team, so obviously he had to move out. And now with Kemba Walker's been really quiet since he left. Charlotte.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what they're gonna do. And the thing is their team really isn't different from last year. I'm pretty sure it's the same team. If there's any movements, maybe 1 or 2 players, but that core is pretty much the same exact team. So why are they so trash compared to last year?
They're saying that Jaylen Brown and him really can't be on the same team. One of the they're kind of the same player in a sense, but Jason Tatum's just better, and then they're just taking more opportunity away from each other, the ball in their hands. So they said they would need to figure out how to rotate minutes between them, or get rid of one, which would be probably Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
and they're talking about Jaylen Brown to the Heat and other teams. I was like, well,
for me, I think that team really needs to. They need to trade for a center. They need somebody down there to put in work, because who did they have before? Aaron Baines. Is that his
The
name?
Baines or Dies.
Yeah,
Well, it was Baines before, and now it's Dias or whatever his name is.
that guy sucks.
Both of them suck. It's like I don't know. They need to figure out like that position. In all honesty, because you're right, Jason. Jason Tatum and what's the name and Jaylen Brown. They really are pretty much the same player, but obviously Tatum is way better than him. So
Elite.
Is
I would
there,
love
like,
for the Heat to go get him.
Jaylen Brown or Jason
No,
Tatum?
Jason Tatum.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, send Tyler Hero and whoever else for.
oh, fact. I would definitely send Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. That's it.
Yeah,
That's every trade package. Is
That's the Celtics fans' dreams. That's the Celtics fans' dream. Two white guys.
facts.
If we had Kelly O, it would even sweeten the deal more.
Might have to throw Dragic in there.
Bro. For that, they might just give us Danny Ainge for that.
And all their picks.
Like, yo, just take whatever you want, guys. Just take it. We got all the white people.
All right, here's our offer, Celtics. We'll give you all of our white guys for Jason Tatum. Danny Ainge, done.
Send it in.
Celtics fans will like cheer for that. They'll lose their best player,
Hell
You
yeah.
Hall of Famer.
You send all your white players and then one pick in 2033 or first round pick in 2033, and you're good with Danny Ainge.
I mean, who would be all the white players right now? Max Strus,
Oh my God! Yeah, I forgot about him.
Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and
Balenciaga.
Dragic.
Bajelka.
Yeah, Dragic and Jelka. I mean, that's a good. I'll take it
Listen, I would definitely send it in.
for a little
No
Jason
question.
Tatum action. Let's get it.
100%.
Finally get Deuce in a Heat jersey.
Yo, that's all I want. I don't want it to be a meme anymore.
Gee. Yeah, with the Bam out of bio jersey. Disrespectful.
Yo, that was the one time where I feel like Heat Twitter kind of went a little too far, bro.
Yeah, that might have been a bit excessive.
When you go for the kids, it's just OD.
He went
Can't be
for
going for the
Lil
kids.
Deuce, bro. That was spooky.
It's a big time in Heat history.
How do you guys feel about this Heat team going up against the Bucks right now, compared to what they were looking like 2 weeks ago?
Well, the Heat are looking good lately, so it's like a good time for them to be heating up. No,
Yeah, I think so.
what have the Bucks been doing? How are the Bucks different from last year? Because the Heat beat them, finished them, and it was a gentleman's sweep, right? 5-1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All they did was switch out Eric Bledsoe for freaking Drew Holiday.
Oh, that's
And
an
then-
upgrade, though, right?
Yeah. Defensively.
And I mean, other than that, like nothing is really different for them.
The difference is that they got a home court advantage this time, for real.
Yeah.
They're gonna have their
Yeah,
home
no
court.
bubble.
It won't be in the bubble. So we'll see if that actually comes into play.
Are
don't know.
they gonna any of these stadiums gonna be full capacity?
I don't think so.
The Heat should. They should say fuck it.
Yeah,
know.
let's go.
I know the.
Don't
I
even
know
say
the,
anything until game 3. Don't even say anything. Just game 3. All of a sudden, full capacity day
Right.
of.
it'll
White
look like-
hot jerseys and shit.
Yeah, bring back the bring it all back.
Fucking flames coming out.
The Flames pregame.
I know that the Knicks upgraded MSG to 15,000 fans, and the first 2 games are already sold out. Like the first 2 home games are sold out.
Who are the Knicks playing round 1? That's another team that's interesting. The
I
Hawks.
believe.
I think the Knicks can take care of the Hawks.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think that's going to be an issue for them at all.
I don't want Trae Young to get past the first round. I don't
No,
want
trust
that
me. I don't either.
The Hawks definitely don't belong in the playoffs.
Hell no.
And they're a high seed too, right? Like 4.
Before, I didn't even remember them being good this season. I don't even know how they ended up and 4 seed.
They went on like a 20. They won like 20 of like 25 games at one point or something like that. They went like on a crazy streak that like nobody was paying attention to. At least I wasn't. The Hawks, no?
Oh, well, I mean, technically they're 4th. They're tied for 4th with the Knicks. But the Knicks technically have 4th and the Hawks have 5, so.
Wait, so the Knicks are 4th?
Yeah, Knicks are 4th, Hawks are 5th.
So the Knicks have home court advantage in that series.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden, the Mecca is back in the playoffs. That's kind of crazy.
It doesn't make sense. What they say it'll be the first home playoff game in over 8 years.
Yeah,
7 or 8 years.
I think the last time they were in the playoffs was when the Heat with
Amari
like the big
Stoudemire.
three. Yeah, Amari Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony,
Yeah.
Pablo Prigioni.
That's when
I was
gonna say that's when the Luffy blogger made his rise.
Copeland, the X Factor.
Taking your fucking cookie, Steve Novak, sniper.
Steve Novak, bro, where is he?
Oh my god, what a legendary video!
That's actually legend. I didn't know
that was literally the rise of Loopy when it all started.
That was what put him on.
That was the only video I had seen from him for like years, and then recently, like 3-4 years ago, he came back out with like more shit. Like, oh shit,
yeah,
this is the guy,
bro.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've been following him on Instagram. Ever since I saw the first video, I was like, yeah, this guy is hilarious. I need to follow him forever, and I've literally never unfollowed him.
He is hilarious.
He's so bro. He has season tickets to the Yankee games, and that's how I knew about like the COVID testing and all that stuff for those games. Because he literally every time he goes to a game, he puts every step of the way on his story. But bruh, he's in his section like screaming at the outfield the whole time, like you fucking bozos. He's taking pictures with everybody. Nobody has masks on, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. But did you guys see the picture that I posted of Jimmy Butler on the story today, bro?
I don't think I did.
Oh my god! I guess they were working out or they had practice or something, bro. This guy's looking brolic. He got veins coming out of his like shoulders.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler needs to tap in. Oh yeah, I did see this. Jimmy Butler needs to tap into like playoff mode. Him and Bam. If him and Bam like get to that level, bro, this team is scary.
The quote? I saw a quote earlier about Jimmy Butler talking about the playoffs. I think somebody like interviewed him today during practice. Yeah. He said, I think I'm stupidly locked in. So
I love
Let
it.
me hear that.
Yeah.
We're gonna know
as long as
we're gonna know we're gonna know in this series against the Bucks for real. Like I think if they take care of business against the Bucks in 5 or 6 games, okay, they might be able to go on a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
If they lose, season's over. But if we'll just be able to tell if the Bucks push it to 7 games, or if they're just not looking good, then they're not going to go on the same kind of run as they did last year. Who would we play after the Bucks? Are the Nets next if we beat the Bucks?
Probably.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now. Any playoff bracket. I was looking at it the other day and I completely forgot. I think it is though. I think it is whoever wins out of that Nets series. Where's the bracket at? Here we go. So it's what is this? Okay. Heat, Bucks. And then where do we move to? Why does this thing look like this?
It should be the Nets.
I think it is. Oh, wow. This bracket is disgusting, bro. I'm looking at the bracket, like trying to figure out, like maybe I'm tripping, but it literally only shows the first round, which is stupid. Yeah, I think it is, though. I think it is whoever wins out of that Nets series with the Celtics.
I think that's what I saw too.
Which, if we do win against the Bucks, I'm not looking forward to that series against the Nets. I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
It's probably over then.
I know
Everything I just said about a run is probably not happening.
the thing is, I know that it's not just Heat fans being like overly optimistic to think that we would have a chance in that series, because even like ESPN announcers and stuff were talking about it the other day. Not saying that it's like a guaranteed win, but like they were asking what's a team in the East to look out for this year in the playoffs that, they're not that high in the playoffs, or like, they don't have that high of a playoff spot, but like, they could be dangerous. And both of the guys, I don't remember who it was, some random dudes, but they both agreed that the Heat are just somebody to look out for because of the run that we made last year. Nobody expected us to do that. So, there's nothing, especially because of the run that we had at the end of the season. Also after the All-Star break, what do we go, like 20-13 after going like 11-16 or something like that to start the season? So, it's not a definite no, but it's, it's a very hard maybe that we even have a fighting chance in that series.
Yeah, I don't think we can kid ourselves. I mean, something like incredible would have to happen again. That's why these are 7-game series, to avoid like, one or even 2 off games where somebody makes something happen. But I don't think anybody was really expecting the same result as last year. Just if they could just make, obviously they've already made it to the playoffs. They can get past Milwaukee. If they face the Nets, so be it. That's very likely going to be the NBA champion. So no shame in losing that series. Hopefully they can at least make it interesting and don't get their ass kicked. But
yeah,
it's the way it goes, man. The NBA, it's like you almost know already who's going to make it to the finals. Who do you think on the West is going to make it? Do you think LA is going to pull it off?
I don't know.
Utah is, I don't know. The West is crazy.
The thing is, it's kind of spicy because who do the Lakers have to? The Lakers have to play the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll handle the Suns. I mean, they're big favorites against the Suns. Me and Jason were talking about it before we started recording. Like, Lakers are big time favorites to win that series, like minus 300 or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, I don't know. But LeBron was saying last night also in like the post game interview, like, yeah, we might be the favorites or whatever. But you guys have to kind of understand, like, Chris Paul he's playing some of the best basketball he's ever played.
He is.
Plus, now he's on a team where he necessarily isn't the number one guy on the team. He has Devin Booker to back him up now too, and DeAndre Ayton's a loser to me, but I mean he's still a good presence in the paint. Somebody to put up with Anthony Davis. So I wouldn't say.
Why is he a loser to you?
He's just a loser. I don't know.
I
met him in person.
Did you really?
Yeah, I met him in person at when I went to Complex Con like 2 years ago. I met him. He was there for like they were doing some event, bro, and it was like a dunk contest with like I forgot what shoe company it was, but they were there like doing a dunk contest, and the shoes were so bad that all the people that were doing the dunk contest literally ended up just taking the shoes off and putting their own shoes on.
Isn't he with Puma?
That's what it was for. It was for Puma. Puma had a dunk contest, and they were trying to make the players like wear the shoes and like compete in the contest. And the shoes were like falling apart, or they couldn't get enough bounce, so they all just started switching back to like their Nikes or like Adidas.
Well, that sucks for them. That didn't work out, I'm sure, the way they hoped.
Yeah, but he was DeAndre Ayton was like a judge for the dunk contest, and like literally everyone else like stayed after and was like saying hi to everyone or whatever, and like this guy like walked away like he was like some big celebrity like right away.
God.
Like as soon as it was over, he didn't even wait to like dap up anybody like who competed. He just got up and walked away. And was like, all right, bro, like you're not really that special. You really haven't done anything to be acting like that.
Can you blame him? He just watched the worst dunk contest of his life right before his eyes.
That boy said, Puma who?
That's funny.
The Marlins are going full capacity in their stadium starting July 1st or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Which means that they're gonna have the same number of fans.
Yeah, just the availability is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might get like a big crowd because it's going to be so much hype of like, oh, the first full capacity event in Miami sports. So the first, like at the very beginning, it may just be the first day only. I think they might pull a big crowd.
They're not doing how too bad either, though.
They're not. They're a fun team to watch. The Marlins. Like I don't know how far they'll go if they'll make the playoffs, but they're a fun team to watch. I watched some of their games. I
was watching them today. They have some good pitching going on. The guy they had going on to pitching today was pretty good.
Yeah, what was his name today? Trevor something?
See, I don't watch that much fucking Marlins, but hold on.
Find out right now.
Who's that player right now? I know Jazz Chisholm is good. But what is this other guy's name who went crazy the other day?
Aguilar?
Trevor Rogers.
I think so.
No, Trevor Rogers.
Jason, that one too, though. Jason, that one too. I think that's the one that hit like 3 home runs or something like that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got some nice pieces. I haven't been like watching the games as much as I was like towards the beginning of the season, but I've been like keeping up with, their little highlights and news articles that come up and stuff. They're doing all right. I think they're like 19-23 right now or something like that.
I think they just went to 20. Right now.
Yeah.
Because they just won. Yeah, they're 20-23.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I mean,
they're 3 games back in the NL East. I don't know about the wild card, but it's kind of early for all that.
Yeah, they got some time to turn around.
The NL East also appears to be like the worst of the National League divisions. So I don't think the Marlins are in a position right now, very early in the season, but not in a position to like take a wild card spot. They have to like turn it up and probably win their division in order to make it.
Well, they did just win their series against the Dodgers too, which I don't think anybody expected.
I sure as hell didn't expect. I don't expect anything from the Marlins
at all, bro. As long as they don't lose by like 7 runs, I'm happy.
I want to go to a Marlins game though, because like I don't know, I like going to baseball games and watch them in person. It's a very, very chill experience.
Now, when I went like the opening weekend, it was super fun. I hadn't been in a long time, so I
always a good time. I mean, it's a nice stadium.
Gee,
it's like it's not like football where everybody's drunk and on top of each other, and you're like got to watch every play to see what's happening, and people are fighting.
Yeah, you can just chill. You don't got to spend a lot of money. The little 305 menu gets you right.
That's true. You don't got to spend a lot of money.
A hot dog and a beer for a total of $8. Like you can't beat that.
Lizzie.
Facts. Yo, when I went, I did exactly that. I got 1 beer and 1 hot dog, and I was satisfied the whole time.
That's all you need. And some good baseball.
Facts. Unfortunately, we lost, but it'll be all right. It was a good game.
What else we got, fellas?
Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers. Panthers in
They won tonight in overtime. They beat the Lightning 6-5 to make it 2-1. They needed to win this game because, going down 3-0, it's scary at that point.
Yeah. They were scaring me. Like, bro, what was the score at the beginning of the game, bro? It was like they were up 2-0 and then they let the Lightning score. I think it was the second period. They scored 3 times.
Yeah, when I checked into the game, it was 5-3 Lightning.
Yeah. They were going crazy. I thought the Panthers were going to be fine because it was 2-0 going into the second period.
Might have been 5-2, actually.
No, it was 5-3 because when it hit 3, they tied it up. Because I know at one point it was 3-2 Lightning. And then we tied it up and they scored like 2 more within like a minute or 2. And thank God. Thank God they won that game because if not, it'd be clipped. But they got to play 1 more up there and then they'll be back home. So they gotta pull that win out up there if they want to keep that momentum going at home. But did you see what's the name? Did you see what the BB&T Center was looking like? I'm pretty sure that full capacity.
Yeah, actually, you're right. That might have been full capacity. That was rocking.
They're slammed. Oh, shit.
They were slammed.
Oh,
I don't know if it was full capacity, but it was like definitely more than half.
Yeah, no, if it wasn't full capacity, it was like 75-80%, bro. Because
I think at that point, you like there's no difference between 80% and full capacity. So it might have been sold out like full capacity.
I wouldn't doubt it, bro, because it was crazy. That place was crazy. The game the other night too, they definitely had a chance to win. They kind of just got, they got a little lazy. They were getting beat up also the whole game. I felt like they were getting bullied around a lot.
It's a very chippy series. I've noticed like a lot of like fights and pushing and shoving and guys getting in each other's faces.
Well, yeah, that's how they've been pretty much all season. Like that's been their rival pretty much. And then it just so happens they have to play them in the first round of the playoffs. And then they also had like the 2 games before the playoffs even started was against the Lightning also. So they're going to play them if they end up going the full amount. It's going to be like 9 games or something like that they have to play them in a row.
Wow.
So they I don't know. I mean, there's definitely a chance the Panthers won the last 2 games against them going, right before the playoffs. And then obviously these guys fucking took the first 2. So 2-1. I don't know. I think at least from the play that I saw from them today, it looks like they got a little fire on their ass and they kind of realized that they gotta pick it up. They gotta be a little bit more tough. And that's how they came into like tonight's game. You could see them like more active, more physical. And I think that was really what made the difference for them on defense was like the physicality.
Well, hopefully that was a momentum shift for the series. And
it could be.
Flip it around.
I'd love to go to a playoff game for hockey. I've been to like regular season games and stuff before, which those are fun. And you get like the regular fans that are there, like banging on the glass and stuff. But like seeing playoff action like this and like, bro, they're like choking each other out on the glass. And then the fans are behind them, like slamming on the glass too. Like, bro, I got to be there. I need to see this.
Hockey is a wild ass sport if you think about it.
It's insane.
Flying around on razor sharp blades. It's like full contact. Like they can hit each other. They can no face protection. This puck is flying like 100 miles an hour. Like it's just.
I'm surprised that there's like not more injuries or like people getting like limbs cut off and shit.
Bro, I was gonna say somebody from the Maple Leafs got taken off the ice in a stretcher.
Yeah, John Tavares.
Yeah, bro, this guy. I had to like look at it because I was scared. I thought it was something like that, like if he had like a limb cut off or something like that. But I was watching the video of what happened, and somebody like checked him up top, and he fell, and he was fine. But there was someone behind him, like kind of trying to follow up just in case, like he did finesse the puck and like bring it behind him so he could steal it that way. And the guy was like, as soon as John Tavares hit the ice, the guy tried to like move around him and caught him with a knee to the side of the head when he was already like, he literally just, his back hit the ice and he like bounces up and then knee.
Damn.
And he just went cold. Like you see his body just go stiff. And like when they were trying to like peel him up from the ice because he was like face down, they like try to pull him up and like his legs just aren't moving and they're like folding his body like this and like his eyes are like halfway open. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's like the worst thing you can do to someone is like try to pick them up like that.
Yeah. They had like all the Maple Leaf players came out onto the ice and were like trying to like look at him and shit. And it was
years ago, not that many years ago, but there was a Panthers player that got sliced in the throat by someone's skate that like they fell and they kicked up like not on purpose. They just completely wiped out and they just like sliced his throat and like the guy lived, but it was serious.
Oh my God.
That's scary. Fuck that.
It's a crazy sport.
Yeah, I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to play that shit. There's no way. Especially all the fighting too, bro. Like you gotta skate back and forth the whole time, and then possibly have to fight and also like be bumping each other the whole time. Like there's no way.
I mean, imagine these guys are flying up. Like you're right. It seems like there's not as many injuries in hockey as there is in football.
The thing is too is there's a lot of substitutions that you don't even realize that are going on.
Yeah, that's true.
That they don't like. You don't have to call a timeout for like they'll just substitute players in the middle of a, you know what I'm saying, like in the middle of play.
Right.
So, it's a little harder for them because as soon as they see someone getting a little tired, they're like, all right, jump over the wall. It's time.
Yeah, that is a crazy part of it too. Like they'll just keep the play going. It's like in a sense like soccer, but even soccer, like play stops and shit. The time keeps on going. But hockey, plays going, plays live.
Yeah.
And then
there could be someone like speeding down the ice about to like go score, and there's other guys coming off across the wall, just like
that shit looks crazy.
Like, yo, what is going on?
Power plays are crazy when someone goes to the box and then they're fucking running a fucking play with like man down.
Yeah. That was a big thing tonight too for the Panthers. They were able to convert on a lot of those power plays. So it was a fun game. I know the game the other night. It started off exciting, but boy, they get their ass beat. That was miserable. But I don't know. It's a good time for South Florida sports.
Yeah,
all around.
Hopefully the all the teams can make it can keep it interesting for a while.
What about that the soccer team? I know you went to the game recently, Jason.
Oh yeah, they suck.
G still?
Yeah, I mean they lost
like year 2 or 3.
Yeah, what?
What is it like year 2 or 3 for them?
This is year
2 only, I think, right?
Yeah. And then,
they're unfortunately not that good, but I mean they're an expansion team, so that's expected. Going to be a while before they can get to that level.
They have a following though. They have a good following, like a fan base.
They do, yeah. Hopefully the team lasts because that's the one sport that was missing was soccer.
Yeah, I mean they got the support. That's for damn sure. The games are fun. I'll tell you that. Like it's a good time out there. So even if they're losing or winning, you're gonna have a blast. But you want your team to eventually be winning games.
Thanks. Yeah,
they made the playoffs last year in their first year, so I don't know how far they went, but
very far.
I might have to catch a game then. I might have to show up in all pink.
Go and then sneak into the supporter section. No one checking tickets. Just go to the supporter section and just go crazy with those lads. Those guys go insane.
Jesus.
Bro, it's dangerous out there. They have like little railings at your seat, which is meant for like your cups and food and shit. People are just standing on that. Like someone falls, that's like a liability for the stadium, I feel like. And everyone's standing on this shit. If you're not standing on that, you can't see because there's fucking someone 7 feet high in front of you because he's standing on his little railing. People playing drums the whole game, freaking trumpets. Everyone's shirtless. Everyone's fucking shirtless. It's crazy. They got that pink smoke going. It's insane.
It does seem like a good time.
Both games I went to were crazy. Too. The first one I went to was a hurricane, and it still was crazy.
Yo, I remember that. I remember watching your story like, bro, he's dead.
My phone literally died. My phone was wrecked. I thought I got pneumonia.
Oh shit.
It's crazy.
I don't think there's anything else. Nothing like South Florida related. Only other cool thing that I saw, like I think it was earlier today, I saw was Jordan's NASCAR team or whatever. I guess the car that like Bubba Wallace is going to be driving. Mm-hmm. The big sponsor on the hood is DraftKings now.
DraftKings doing it right, man. They're all over the place. That's all I see is DraftKings everywhere.
DraftKings, and then what was the other one?
FanDuel.
Well, DraftKings is about to make its way down to South Florida real soon once the sports betting gets approved.
They can't do that soon enough.
Yeah, because and with that, we're gonna get in the casinos craps and
live roulette.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. And craps. I'm in at the end of the table like, hey, baby, blow on it, baby, blow on it.
Come on, let me get 7.
Bro, I've already been watching like TikToks on like how to play roulette, like the right way, like the safe way to where you just put money on like a certain amount of things. And there's no way you could lose. I mean, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's make it happen.
That easy. This is the key. Go there sober. Because if you can make rational decisions, you leave and make money.
Facts.
It's when you start drinking and you
Yep.
think you're on top of the world, and when you hit like fucking 3 hands and really, let's go, you start
Facts.
upping the bets and you lose it all in like 2 hands. That's
Yeah.
me every time. It's me every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited.
I love when the Barstool Sportsbook posts these types of shit. It's like a text message guy asking his buddy, "You got any picks today?" His friend says, "I love the Reds minus 150, maybe my lock of the week." And then the Reds are down to the Giants 18-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Shit is so funny. My lock
Maybe
of the
lock
week.
of the week. That sounds like my cousin, man.
I know you guys saw the guy on Twitter that tweeted at Damian Lillard was like, "Oh, how's your quad?"
Oh, the house, yes.
Yeah, I put my house on you guys winning 42 games this year.
They did
That's
it.
crazy. Yeah, he did it. He definitely did it. And then the Trailblazers tweeted at him too. They said something like, "Oh, we want an invite to like the next house party or some shit like that."
That's wild.
That's funny. What was the other thing that I wanted to ask you guys? Oh, okay. So they have Barstool is like doing or like they're like working on something right now with Nick Merckx, which is like the Call of Duty streamer. Because he also like talks about like especially like during football time, like what he's betting on college football and stuff like that. So I guess they're kind of like working on getting like a segment for him or like, you know, articles to put out based on like what he wants to do and maybe like making a part of his stream. But the other day, one of his buddies had DraftKings show up in the lobby and then they told him like, oh, like, you know, we'll give you like this many like gifted subs based on the amount of kills you get. So per kill, you'll get like 10 subs that will like just give to you whatever, like out of our pocket. But the dude came up with an idea, which I think would be pretty cool if one of those companies made it a thing, would be for people to like bet on like streamers playing. So like,
Okay.
you know, obviously it would have to be like, at least for like Call of Duty and stuff like that, it would have to be like more like a player prop type of bet.
Yeah.
And like putting your money on like, you know, the over under on how many kills they get or, you know, whatever the case is. But even like people who like play 2K and shit like that, to be able to sit there and watch it and like be able to put your bets in on websites like that, like on DraftKings or Bovada or whatever the case is, like I feel like that would be something cool, like a new incentive, I guess, for people to watch people doing that and more, you know, more ad space for everyone.
Yeah, I think it's for sure going in that, like, it's only a matter of time before they start gambling on that stuff too. Like, people will gamble on anything. So
because there's a lot of like, and we talk about it in like the classes that I'm taking now. It's like that's where the shift really is going with like advertisements for certain companies. Obviously, like influencers are like a big thing, and like, you know, the Kim Kardashians of the world and stuff like that. But now that's kind of moving towards like Twitch, where there's guys like trying out like different Chipotle items and like doing like a whole segment on that, or like, you know, doing like paid, like they get paid to play like in a tournament by a company and they have to like talk about whatever. Like I know the first one that they really did with that was like the Twisted Tea or something like that, whatever that lemonade shit is.
Yeah.
You know, and they had to play like a certain amount of games while drinking it or whatever the case is. So I feel like that'd be a cool idea for like sports, kind of incorporate video games or like esports into like sports betting.
now that's for sure going to happen for sure. I mean, wherever the eyeballs go, that's where the money goes.
Facts.
I'm betting on Nick Merckx every time.
Every time. Every single time.
Him and Ghost Aiden.
It'd get to the point where you'd have to put like $10,000 on a game in order to make like $100. That's how often this guy wins. Unless he's getting stream sniped by the hackers again.
Facts. That's the thing. Then you get stream snipers and shit.
Bro, did you see last week? What's this guy's name? Tim the Tabman. He ended up they ended up getting someone like live banned that they caught hacking in game. They stayed like watching, and I guess Buddy has like a contact at like Activision, and he hit up like he had his moderator hit up the dude and gave him like the Activision ID and everything, and they're sitting there watching him. And I guess it was like they were playing quads, so I guess it was only one guy on the team that wasn't a hacker. He was just like a fill. And bro, as they're watching, it was like maybe like 2 or 3 teams left, and bro, the number 1 guy first gets booted. And it just does like it made that noise. It was like ding, and then the screen like freezes for a second, and moves to the next person. The next person, ding. The last person, same shit. And then it was just like one guy left, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he ended up just like laying down and getting killed. And then the game ended or whatever. But it got confirmed by Activision that that's what it was. And apparently that was the first time ever like they've caught someone get like banned on stream, like live banned.
That's so crazy.
That was pretty funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, dude, Twitch, they're catching new content every day. You're gonna see shit like that, new shit.
That I feel like that's like
content.
I feel like that's like the one thing where I'd be a little sketchy to bet on stuff like that, where it's just like so many like people who do that, like stream snipe, hack, and shit, influence the game in like one way or the other. But I mean, same thing goes for like injuries in sports. Like you really aren't expecting that to happen, or it's kind of not fair. So I guess
you can't expect someone to be taking steroids and they are or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
3 years later.
Yeah, I guess makes sense.
I guess.
All right, fellas. Another one in the books.
Chop it up.
It's got to be like 110, 111.
I'm doing that.
We stopped keeping count, but let's see if we can get back next week. NBA playoffs. Going to be a lot to talk about. So
facts.
We get back into it next week.
What do we have?
We'll have like 3 Heat games under our belt.
Facts. Saturday's a 2:00 game time.
Ooh, I like that.
Twin Peaks is on fire.
Yeah, I was going to say
Full
that
capacity.
might have to be the move.
Twin Peaks going to be full capacity.
I'll be there for breakfast.
Deadass, you have to get there at 8 a.m. with Ocho Cinco.
You got to reserve the table.
I'll be there with those guys. This is going to be you guys one day. I really hope not. I really hope that's not where I'm headed.
Oh, shit.
All right, boys.
Right.
Until next time.
Gentlemen,
Yeah,
take it easy.
Stay wavy.
Peace.